So my name is Melicharek. Welcome to the E3 presentation 2012 of Carrier Command Gaea Mission. I'd like to start off by showing you the strategy game. We have two campaigns. Carrier Command, I'll just let that load up, there we go. Carrier Command is about two carriers fighting it out in an archipelago of 33 islands. And it's based on the original Carrier Command from 1988. So basically our CEO was a big fan and basically want to recreate it. So as you can see here, immediately we've got the strategy map. We can see 33 islands. Each has a different setup. So as you can see, this island here is a defensive island. This island here is a mining island, and this island here is a production island. Now, the amount you have of each, of course, determines how quickly you can produce and how much materials you gain per second, per minute, whatever. So right now I'm just going to open up the production screen and I'll just start producing some mantas, which are aerial units. The carrier can carry 4 aerial units, the mantas, and 4 ground-based amphibious units, the walruses. So if I just jump in here, that's the carrier. And basically you're sitting inside the carrier and basically controlling everything from within. So everything's radio controlled, so that you're not threatened personally unless your carrier is under attack. If I just jump in here, you can see the map here. Currently I've only found 2 enemy points, one which is a manta garage and the other a pier. So I'm just going to launch an assault. Before I do so, I'll just equip this manta with rockets, show you the equip screen, and get things ready. Now, the game is an action game with strategy elements. So the strategy aspect is you can the way you set up your islands, of course, and also you can basically send your units in through the map using waypoints, which is exactly how you would control it in a standard strategy game. So you can see up here, picture in picture, you can watch what the AI is doing. At the same time, you can hop in, take control yourself, and join the action, and at any point give it back to the AI. So we try to keep it as fluid as possible. We have third-person view, first-person view. You can look around as well while the AI is driving. And to cater for the action players, we also have a radial menu, which I'll present right now. You can basically just jump in, undock directly from the carrier, and using the radial menu, you can just tell the rest of your mantas to undock, for example, make them follow you, and head into the action, all from first-person or third-person view. So just take, oh, okay, never mind. And head into the enemy base here, take out the enemy unit garage. There we go, so you can't undock any more mantas. So here we go. Enemy cannon here. Let's take that out. There we go. And so as you can see, you can just seamlessly switch between both. You can see the AI, I've just given him another order, so he's just going to fulfill that. You can just watch him fulfilling it up here in the window, take control, and sort out whatever you need to, and give it back to the AI. So we've tried to keep it as seamless as possible. Now you can see back here, just in the background, you can see people working. And that's just to reinforce the idea that you're sitting inside the carrier, looking at the screen. You can see people behind it. So as I mentioned, we do have 2 campaigns. This is the strategy game. It's very sandbox in its design. You can attack any island. You can move anywhere. You can take control of the cannons yourself if you wish. And you can also manually drive the carrier if you wish. So as you can see, using WASD, it's quite simple. And I can just send it to another island if I wish. I'll lose all my units because I'm not really concerned about that right now. Because you have to dock them first, of course.
So time warp, you're actually speeding time ahead?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I can interrupt this at any point and I will appear wherever I am. So I'll just cancel it, let's say. And here I am.
Is it also a traditional time mechanic? So that if I wanted to speed things up without using time warp, you just move to my next
No, we have limited it to time warp because we want to keep it a little bit more we want to make it as part of the game. So as you can see, it's kind of with time warp, it's more like part of the game. So like you do kind of inside the sci-fi technology, basically speeding up time. But of course, if you speed up time, it does mean you produce faster. As you can see, things are produced much quicker. But at the same time, it does mean that the enemy actions are being performed faster as well. So what I've just done right now is I've loaded up a bark, which is a submarine, a cargo submarine. I've loaded up with some items I've created, and I've sent it to my carrier. So that moves in from my stockpile island, which happens to be quite far away from me. So in an ideal situation, I would move my stockpile island closer. I can do this very simply by clicking on the island, going into its menu, and setting it as a stockpile. And it will just take some time to set up as a stockpile. You can only have one stockpile at a time, of course. And you can change the type of an island as well. So, for example, I'm changing this one from defense to mining. Again, it takes some time. So at any point, you can just move your carrier wherever you wish and launch an assault on the enemy island from wherever you wish. So that's the main gameplay of the strategy game. In terms of hours, how long it takes to play, it can be anything between half an hour to I like to say for the rest of your life, simply because the way the game is set up. You can set up. If I just jump into the main menu here, just to show you what I mean, just switch to this profile and just restart the game over here. You can see I can set up how many islands I have as opposed to compared to the enemy. So if I give myself most of the islands and set up the enemy strength to really low, then basically I'll be able to defeat him in half an hour. While if I set it up the other way around, give him a strong strength and give myself really low captured ratio, that can take a really long time to complete because I need to defeat each island individually. So that's the core of the game, the strategy game. We also have a story-driven Gaea Mission campaign based on the Gaea Mission series. The Gaea Universe series. And in this game, we've this of course, this game is according to. We have cutscenes in this game, of course, and to help illustrate some points, we also have first-person shooter missions. Okay, so here we have the introduction to the first mission in the game. Basically, what happened is you're landing on an enemy island in a drop pod. Your drop pod was targeted and it got shot down. So you crash land on the island. You don't even have a carrier yet. And to make things a little bit more personal and to help illustrate some parts in the game, we have first-person shooter missions. We have a couple of these in the game, in the Gaea Mission campaign specifically. And it's just to illustrate some parts, and also that they are only in points where you have to actually exit the carrier to fulfill certain things, such as here where you need to get the carrier. We don't have it yet, so I'll just head down. Otherwise, the controls are standard WASD. Just heading down here.
So, incoming drop pod east of us.
East, so that's up there. So as you can see, another drop pod incoming. Shot down as well. And not as lucky as me. So that's crashed there. And basically I would continue on here to the enemy, well, to the carrier, which has been abandoned, and I get control of that. I'd also like to show you another mission, another first-person shooter mission. I'll just have to switch profile here. Okay, campaign, load. We also have some interiors. Specifically in this one, I'll show you some interior. So here we have an enemy artillery position. So I'll just, there we go, disturbed it. So it's been firing all over the island, basically trying to destroy my base. So I was taking it out and they're leaving. So my advisor has told me that that's not really important, that I need to head for the research center, which I will do. And in there I'm going to get some blueprints from the for the Hammerhead missile, a nuclear rocket. So just a bit of roadkill there. Just take out the enemy units here, jump out, let my walrus deal with itself. Get a little bit of first-person action, and head into the interior here. Okay, so jump in the elevator and make my way into the interior. So as I mentioned, we only have a couple of these in the game, and it's just to illustrate some, it's only in the sections where the captain necessarily must exit the carrier. So it's not the core part of the gameplay, so we haven't made them too difficult. As the core part of the gameplay is, of course, carrier combat. So if I just jump in here, just take out the droid, take out the enemy up ahead. Moving on a little. And head inside. And basically the Gaea Mission campaign, it also serves as a tutorial to introduce the player slowly to each aspect of the game. So, for example, it ranges from how to drive the carrier to how to order your units, how to equip them, how to use the production screen, what to watch, etc. And this is the last mission in the campaign, actually. And this is after you've destroyed the enemy carrier. He's flown out, the main bad guy has flown out in a Manta. And then you've shot him down, and he's jumped into a vehicle. So right now you're following him, and as you can see, it's a heavy first-person shooter experience. This mission in particular, that is. So let's get rid of that. Bit of a volcano eruption in the background there. So as I mentioned, this is the last mission, so you know, explosions, volcano eruptions, landslides very soon to be. So we've tried to put in a bit of everything into the game just to add a little bit more flavor to it. So heading up ahead, take him down. Yeah, so as I mentioned, the core part of the gameplay experience is the strategy game. So I'll just jump back to that. Or actually, before I do, I'll just show you. Here you can see it started raining. So we have real-time weather changes. We also have real-time day-night cycles. So we try to keep things as seamless as possible. So jumping back, I'll just go into the strategy setup. It's profile. Free play, strategy game, new game. So I'll just set it up, for example, where I've got the majority of the islands, but he's got a heavy defense, and I'll just put everything on maximum. So you can customize the strategy game quite a lot. You can set it up so, you know, give yourself just an afternoon, you know, for example here. So the enemy carrier starts on one of his islands, I start on one of mine, and I'm just going to head over to his island and launch a bit of an assault. So I'm just going to re-equip one of my units here. Get a bigger cannon, heavier armor, and also some an ammo box. And heading over there. So as you can see, the game is it has a lot in it. We try to fit in as much as possible to make it to cater for the different types of players. For example, the strategy players, we allow controlling directly just from the map, and for the action players, you can control just from first person or third person perspective. So that's Carrier Command Gaea Mission. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And basically, we're releasing it for PC and Xbox 360 towards the end of September this year.
That's awesome. That's so much information right there.